Yep, they're here. He's here. My buddy's here. Oh, this is huge tonight.
Trong Mỹ thì biết xong tất cả những cái vấn đề khác. Nên tốt.
Xin chào chị.
Yeah. I love that color. It's such a pretty color. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Hằng Tiên. Xin được.
Okay.
Maybe you can find out. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I've not been as far as the last time to ask my friend.
Maybe 1 more minutes to see.
Yeah. Where is our singer? Our karaoke singer. Our good singer. He has.
Việt Nam kho ở đây là kho
It is windy out there. Windy. Very windy. I just. My granddaughter had a birthday party today. Today's her birthday. And I went to the park. It was so windy. Windy.
I miss the Sally teachers. Bus
So I just came from there. My hair was all finished. I had to get plugged in my hair. Good job, good job. Very good.
All right. So we got one up there for you, teacher Lou. We'll get started ha. Chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu nha.
Where is your husband? Thailand. I've been there. Yes.
Good. Chúng ta let's get started ha. Hôm nay mấy trên đây. Chúng ta cùng nhau đứng lên ha. Có một số người đang đến. Chúng ta cùng nhau đứng lên. So we're so happy teacher you're here. Did you miss me? Hope you didn't miss was it great?
No, I got to be there for 2 hours. And I got to see her Saturday.
Yes. Cháu gái của cô vấn đề cô đã dự 2 tiếng đồng hồ này ha. Do đó cô nói rằng mỗi lần chiều thứ hai tối thứ hai này cô rất là trông mong đến đây để học với chúng ta. Bởi vì cái ngành dạy học là cái giống như là cái đam mê của cô, đi đâu cũng là nhớ đến dạy học. Yeah, passion. You said teaching is your passion.
Yes.
Chúng ta
Teaching you.
Yeah.
It's my passion.
Good. Chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau cúi đầu cầu nguyện ha. Chúng ta xin dâng giờ này trong tay Chúa. Chúa cũng tạ Chúa cho tất cả quý chú anh chị em chúng con cùng đến đây để học ôn thi quốc tịch Mỹ cũng như là học tiếng Anh giao tiếp. Xin Chúa ban phước trên cô giáo lưu cũng như tất cả chúng con ở đây, và xin Chúa giữ cho chúng con trong sự an toàn, bình an, khỏe mạnh, và cho đời sống chúng con luôn được tràn đầy ơn phước của Chúa, khiến chúng con luôn thành công thành tựu trong cuộc sống, trong mọi lĩnh vực, trong hôn nhân gia đình, trong công việc làm, tất cả mối quan hệ của chúng con. Chúng con biết ơn Chúa và thành tâm cầu nguyện trong danh của Chúa Giêsu Christ. Amen. Chúng ta hoan nghênh nhé. Chúng ta cùng ngồi ha. Quick announcement, nếu ai muốn học và cần thêm cái một kèm một hoặc là thêm tôi nhớ tối thứ năm thì liên lạc cho tôi ha. Số điện thoại ở trên màn hình. Let's do it. We gotta continue with the address and so on. Teacher will lead you there. Xin mời bà. Họ có cái thì giờ trong đó nó họ có để lên đó mấy giờ đó. Rồi chúng ta cùng bắt đầu ha. Bắt đầu chúng ta sẽ nói chuyện riêng sau.
Residence.
Rồi chúng ta có việc sau chúng ta giờ nghỉ giải lao chúng ta sẽ nói chuyện thêm nha. Giờ chúng ta tập trung học.
It's your address, we say in English. Address, residence. Where do you live? You live in a house, apartment, 1-story house, 2-story house. What's your residence like? Residence. Okay. What's your physical address? Physical address. Say that. Physical address.
Address.
That's where you live, where you go in and go to bed and eat your food, your physical residence.
It's
You live in a house.
Yes.
Do you live in a house?
Yes.
Yes, all of you live in a house. I live in a house. Okay, so that's your physical address would be where your house is on the street. What's your home address? Where is this physical place? My address. I'm gonna tell you my address. 8913 South Country Club Drive, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 73159. That's my address. You each have, well, you two have the same address. Others have different addresses. Your physical address is where your home is.
Chúng ta khi mà dợt á thì chúng ta không cần phải nói chính xác ha. Yeah, okay, good.
Where do you currently live? Where do you live? Where do you currently live? Now, let's see what the next, if there's another. Okay, this is the physical address of your house or this person's. Okay, so read it with me. 52
92 West
5th Street,
Santa Ana,
California. That's California's abbreviation.
92703.
Okay, so somebody lives at this physical address. Okay, so let's read it again, and then you're gonna practice saying your address. Okay, this one is
5292 West 5th Street, Santa Ana, California, 92703.
okay. So could you tell me your address?
Thì nói cái số mà. They just nói tên đường, so ask them just to tell the street or something, not the exact address.
Okay, don't say, okay. I don't care if you don't mind. All right,
But they can practice teach a little because video even sometimes.
right. Okay. How
long have you been living there?
for you? How long have you been living at that physical address? How many years? I can't remember how long. I've lived in a long time.
76.
It was the early, maybe 89 or 90 when I lived at that, first moved into that house. Before I lived in a different house. Okay. How long have you been living at your current address?
I've been here 7 months.
You have been living in that house
7 months.
7 months. Good job. You want to try it? Okay. How long have you been living in your current residence?
5 years.
What?
5 years. 5 years.
Okay. I lived there. I have lived there 5 years. I lived there. I have lived.
I'm leaving.
It just, I lived 5 years, that's fine. Okay,
I have been living 6 years.
Okay, you've been living there 6 years. Very good. How long have you lived at your current address?
I'm living. I have been living there. 3 years.
3 years. Very good.
Hello,
Welcome. How long have you been living at your current residence?
Nó tập cuốn buồn.
6,
Three.
3 years. 3 years. How long have?
Cấp cứu hay gì đó.
Excellent.
Có người cấp cứu cô.
Go.
Này bắt đầu tự biết gì cấp cứu. Này đi đâu tự biết dụ.
Good, very good. Good, good. I am just fine. How are you? We're talking about our current residence or current address of the place where you live. We are going to tell our addresses, but how long have you been living in your current residence, your current house, do you live in a house? How long have you lived in that house?
About 3 năm mấy, gần 4 năm.
Almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years.
All right, they will ask you that, and they may ask you in your interview, how long have you lived at your current address, your current physical address, your current residence? Always the same thing. They could ask it any way. All right. So somebody here said 3 years. They've been living there 3 years. Okay, then they're gonna wanna know the date you started living there. The
Mình trả lời ngày.
month, day, and years, because that's gonna be on your form that you're filling out. They want you to know it. Okay, so if they've been living there, how long have you been living there? Since first
2021.
2021, 2022, 2023, whatever year you moved in. And you will need to know that. And there it is. Okay. Do you own or rent? Do you own? Are you buying your house
Yes.
or are you renting your house? If you live in an apartment, you're renting usually. You rent an apartment. Some houses you rent. You pay so much per month to the owner of the house, right? But if you're buying the house, then you own the house. You are buying the house. You own it.
I'm old.
I own my house.
I own my house.
Or I'm buying my house. Most people don't pay for it all at one time. Okay.
Which order?
Yeah. Oh, push it. Okay. I rent my house.
I'm rent.
I own my house. Some people rent their house. Some people rent an apartment. They're gonna ask you that.
I share.
Sometimes you stay with somebody and share a room at their house. Share a room with what? Okay, number 3. How much do you pay rent per month? Every month. How much is your rent?
How much do you?
Let's say it again. They will ask you,
How much do you pay rent per month?
some people pay $1,000 a month. Or you might pay $500 a month. Or you might pay $2,000 a month. Okay, this person, $1,000. That's the rent. Here we go.
Who do you live with?
Who do you live with? Who do you live with? Live with.
Live with you.
Or who lives with you? All right, who do you live with? Your wife. My wife. And who do you live with? Your husband lives with you. Does anyone else live at your house? Yes or no? No. Nobody else. Just you and your wife. All right, this is the 2 of you. Okay. Who do you live with?
I live with my husband.
Good. Just the 2 of you? Anyone else?
Có mèo có chó gì không?
And one dog.
And a big dog. Oh. Who do you live with?
My sister and my niece live with me.
Good, good. My sister and my niece live with me in the house. Who do you live with?
I live with my husband and my children.
How many children?
My 2 children.
2 children.
And
And a dog. We don't want to forget that. Who do you live with? And your daughter. Okay, very good. No, okay. We'll let you listen.
Nói chuyện nó tôi chỉ chờ luôn á, ông sẽ hỏi.
Right?
Có vợ không quay?
Sống với vợ thì kêu sao?
My wife.
Yeah, I live with my wife.
My wife.
My wife, and be sure, wife,
Wife.
wife.
Mai what?
Good, good, good. Wife, you gotta get that F in there. Wife. Okay, read this.
I live with my husband and son.
Husband,
Husband.
husband, husband and son.
Husband and son.
Six. What
Kind
or time, find or time
of
house is it? What kind of house is it? I live in a 2-story house. first floor, second floor, 2 stories,
Story.
2-story house.
A
A lot of people live in a 1-story,
lot.
1-story house.
A
What
story.
other
Mhm.
things might they say? Is
Yeah.
that it? Is that what they want? 2-story or 1-story?
They usually, is it a single house? Is it a townhouse, mobile home, or apartment?
Okay, so they want to know, well, it says house,
Yeah.
but I guess they, any of those. You might live in an apartment, you know what a mobile home is? Mobile home, trailer,
Mhm.
Single house.
you all live in a single house? Do you live in a single house?
Nhà riêng biệt hay là
Where do you live? On the street?
anh thấy nhà
I live with my house and father of my house, mother of my house, younger sister of my house, of my wife.
loại
Ở nhà hả? I live in the big house. Now,
With your mother
yeah,
and father
father
and wife
and younger sister.
and your younger sister. Okay, so he would tell all those people that live at the house, that's common
big house, single house.
in a single house. How many, oh, just you and your husband, we already talked, okay.
Single house.
Single house,
Nhà riêng biệt đó. Nhà riêng biệt là single house.
7. What's your prior previous? Those be the same thing. What was your last address? Your prior address, your previous, previous, all being the same. It's what's the place you lived before that, before where you live now.
Where
Where before, where did you live before? Where did you live previous to? Where did you live prior to? All mean the same thing. Okay, they're gonna wanna know if you live 2 different places, where those 2 different places were. I used to live in Tulsa. I used to live in Vietnam. I used to live on 22nd Street and give the address, okay. Yes. What does that say?
No.
That's just a translation, yeah.
Is your current physical address also your current mailing address? Your current mailing address.
Yes.
Some people get their mail at their house. The postman brings it. Some people go to the post office and have a box they rent at the post office, a post office box. And your address says the number of your post office box. Right? Let's see. Okay. Most of you, do you get your mail at your house? Is it delivered to your house?
Yes, okay, so.
Does anybody have a post office box? No. I had to have a box one time when I was living in China, but I still got some mail in the United States, but I didn't have a house. So I got a postal box and they put the mail that came in there and someone picked it up for me. You understand? So you could either have a postal box, PO number, is what it's called, or your address is where mail is delivered. Marital. Marital history. You know what marital means?
Single.
It means your marriage history. Marital deals with your marriage. Are you single? You're not married. Are you divorced? Are you married? Are you, is your husband dead? A widow, like me, a widow, or a widower, if it was a man. What's your marital status? Okay. Are you married? So, are you married? Married? Yes, because you have a wife. Okay, if you have a wife, you're married. Okay. What is your current marital status? Oh, we have one person we can ask that will give us a different answer. What's your current marital status?
I'm single.
Good. And I am a widow. And you are all married. Your current marital status. Read it.
No.
Good job. Yes, I'm married. No, I'm not married. I'm single. What is your current marital status?
Did I have to go one?
Okay, no, these are different.
Never.
Single.
Never married.
Or it might be divorced. If you're divorced, they'll want to know when you got your divorce, when was it permanent, when was it final? If you're married, they want to know, when did you get married? What was the date of your wedding? When did you get married? You know the date?
Những ngày cưới không? Ngày kết hôn. You said
Long time.
Long ago and far away. Okay, so when you fill out your form, what's the number on it?
N-400.
N-400, you'll have to put the date. You need to memorize the date, right?
Yes.
Yes, you have to be able to tell them the month first, the day, and then the year. And that is also your anniversary date. Don't forget. Bye.
Hello.
And they will ask for your divorce date, the date of your divorce, if you're divorced. Widow. They would ask for the date that your husband died or your wife died. What date did they die? Separated. When were you separated? That means you aren't divorced yet. You're not divorced, but you're not living together. You're in the process of divorce. Separated. Separated. Some people, when living together, they're considering a divorce or in the process of getting a divorce, so they live in separate places, but they're not legally divorced yet. They don't have a legal statement, a legal certificate of divorce. Marriage annulled. Annulled. You know what that is? You know what it means? It means you got married. A judge said you were married, but then you changed your mind. And you get a legal, and you say you were never, you get an annulment. Hi, help me out. Did I know what that means?
Yeah. And so
It
what's
doesn't apply to you.
so what's the difference between that and a divorce, teacher Lou? What's the difference?
Okay, the difference is in an annulment, it's like you were never actually married. The judge said this marriage is annulled, and you don't, if you're divorced, then you have to pay money lots of time. Or, you know, you have to divide up all your property. But annulment just means you get what you had going into it, and it's like you were never married.
Oh, okay. So sort of like divorce, but without any division.
Right, usually it happens, well, it has to happen pretty fast, I think. You know, it's like you thought you wanted to get married, but after a couple of days, you knew it wasn't gonna work out. And so you just wanna split and have the marriage annulled. You don't have to go through a divorce, you haven't lived together, accumulated things.
Cô đang giải thích cái từ này đó ha, marriage annul với lại cái từ divorce, thì hỏi có hai cái này khác nhau cái gì? Ly hôn với lại hôn nhân bị hủy bỏ có cái gì khác nhau? Thì cô nói thông thường cái này khác đó là ra tòa, nói với ông tòa là sau khi mà ví dụ như một cái thời gian mà mình đám cưới cho đến cái nhà này nó cách nhau rất là gần, rồi nhanh chóng là đổi ý, giống như đổi ý xù. Có thể cuối giờ phát hiện là nam nữ gì cứ lung tung nó đổi ý. Nó chỉ dẫn thôi, nhưng mà thông thường là tôi nói là cái này là cái sự đổi ý xù ha, không có để không có chia của, không cái này kia. Đổi ý xí lọn hay gì đó. So yeah,
It's like you split.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cho nên cái này là không phải là giống như là ly hôn, ly dị thì phải ra tòa này chia của rồi chia con rồi chia bàn ghế được tính.
Cái ly hôn ly dị cho thầy.
Yeah, ly hôn ly dị đó.
This one is not very common.
Yeah.
This is not very common.
Nói cái này rất là ít, rất là trường hợp rất là hiếm có.
Còn ly thân là chưa ly dị cho
ly thân là
nhau ra.
Ly thân có nghĩa là có thể là hai người như là không có ở với sống không có sống chung.
Sống chung nhà.
Ở đây nói câu rồi ngủ rồi cho ra.
Đơn giản là ở nhà mà không có ở chung giường.
Thật ra ly thân thì nó giống như trên giấy tờ nó không có ly dị, nhiều khi có những người cũng như là trên cái hình thức cũng đã ly dị nhưng mà trên giấy tờ không có gì cũng là ly thân.
Tức là thầy ly thân là chưa có ly dị, giấy tờ vẫn là vợ chồng nhưng mà có thể sống chung nhà nhưng mà không ngủ chung giường. Đúng không? Hoặc là không có sống chung nhà, hoặc là sống nhà khác đúng không? Chưa ly dị.
Hoặc là một người ở đây, một người ở tiểu bang khác, hoặc là một người ở đây, một người ở Việt Nam, mà dòng trên giấy tờ chưa có ly dị. Dạ. Rắc rối ha, cho nên cô đó vẫn độc thân. Good question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Is your spouse? What's a spouse? Your spouse. Who is your spouse? Who? Who's your spouse? A spouse is your husband or wife. If you're female, your spouse is your husband, right?
Và chúng ta để ý á, so I heard the pronunciation. Chúng ta thấy cái từ này đó ha. Cái từ này có chữ SUP á, làm sao chúng ta đọc spouse, không phải là spouse. Spouse đi chung với nhau. Spouse đi chung với nhau. Yeah, okay. So spouse, that's the right there. Yeah. Cho nên chúng ta thấy ý là spouse. Nói chung với nhau. Spouse.
Say ow. Ow. Then put an S.
Giống như thầy bữa ba hỏi ai gì đấy.
Here we go. Is your spouse a member of the U.S. No, are they in the military? Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, any of those, that's the armed forces. Are they in the U.S. military? Yes or no?
No.
No officer.
No.
No officer. How many times have you been married? How many times have you been married?
Never.
Good job. Never. I've been married one time. Some people have been married twice.
Okay.
Some have been married 5 times. Especially movie stars. Movie stars like to get married.
Yes.
Okay. Only once.
Only once.
Or only twice. Or only 3 times, whatever the case. Or you could say one time only. So how many times have you been married? Only once.
Only once.
Or once. Or one time only. Or never.
Never.
Is your husband or wife a U.S. citizen?
Yeah. No.
Okay. What can we say instead of is your husband and or wife? What could you say? What's that word? For husband or wife that we just talked about?
Rồi đang hỏi cái từ hồi nãy chúng ta cái từ mà nói chung và
They might say is your spouse. Is your
Is
spouse a U.S. citizen? Yes, no,
Yeah.
or yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, he or she is. Yes, my spouse is. Yes, he is. Yes, she is.
Cái này là sau này, cái này hỏi cái người bảo lãnh mình có phải là người có quyết định Mỹ không?
câu này hỏi chồng mình hoặc là vợ mình á có phải có quốc tịch Mỹ hay không?
Dạ.
Thỉnh thoảng là hỏi câu này ha để hỏi coi là người vợ hay là người chồng của mình có quốc tịch Mỹ hay không?
Dạ. Nếu có thẻ xanh mình nói no hết thầy hả? thể sanh.
Đúng rồi, nếu mà có thể sanh thôi thì mình nói no. Và mình nói thêm là she is a lawful permanent resident. Ví dụ như vậy. So he has là chúng ta thấy không? Nếu mà không á thì mình nói là nếu mà có thì chúng ta nói yes.
Thể sanh có nhất này ha. Yêu thể sanh.
Nếu mà có thể sanh chúng ta nói câu này. Nếu mà câu kia là có quốc tịch á thì chúng ta nói yes. Còn không là chúng ta phải nói no, là chúng ta nói thêm cái câu đó.
Là câu dưới là cho người mới có thể sanh phải.
Đúng rồi đó. Đúng rồi.
This isn't just a question because living together is so common, yet they aren't married. What do they do now?
So in this case, they're just asking about husband and wife.
But I mean, if they say,
They usually don't ask that.
okay.
Yeah, they don't. They usually don't ask about
Okay. Here we go. Part 6. Your children. Your children.
How many children do you have
Under the age of 18. Under the age of 18. I have 0 children under the age of 18. How many of you have children who are under the age of 18? Anyone? Oh, you do. Both of your children are older than 18. Older. Older, they're older. Nobody. Do you have children? Children? Of 15. So you have a child under the age of 18. Right. 15. She has a child under that age. Oh, I'm sorry. There's your translation. Okay. This doesn't. I guess this doesn't talk about just under the age of 18 and when they ask this question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that for some people, if they have children under the age of 18, they usually have to answer the names.
Right,
The names.
but not this.
Not that. Chúng ta thấy cái câu hỏi này ha, lý do tôi để hai cái màu khác nhau á, là officer có thể hỏi hai cách khác nhau. Nếu officer hỏi how many children do you have ha, thì chúng ta phải trả lời ở dưới đây. How many children do you have ha? Thì chúng ta trả lời dưới đây. Chúng ta xem I have 2 biological sons or daughters children, hoặc là số mấy đó, tùy theo ha. Đó. Còn nếu mà officer, ví dụ như officer hỏi chúng ta là how many children do you have under the age of 18, thì chúng ta cũng trả lời, nhưng mà họ sẽ hỏi là names, ví dụ names and date of birth, birth dates. Đó thì chúng ta phải nhớ là như vậy. Và khi mà chúng ta điền cái đơn đó, trong cái đơn đó, nếu mà chúng ta có con cái dưới 18 tuổi thì chúng ta cho biết cái số mấy, con mấy nữa. Rồi và chúng ta phải điền tên. Còn nếu mà chúng ta có con cái trên 18 tuổi đó thì chúng ta chỉ để số 0 trong cái ô đó và không có điền tên của con cái của mình.
Thầy vậy là ta có hỏi một người nữa thầy.
Họ có thể hỏi là how many children do you have? Ở đây chúng ta thấy không?
Ta hỏi là trả lời câu này.
Nếu mà hỏi chị hả thì nói là no children, no husband, I like freedom.
I came to be free.
I love freedom.
Yeah, I love freedom. I love freedom.
Okay, why did they choose 18?
18 because children under 18, they have to be responsible. They have to take care of the children.
But after 18?
After
It
18.
used to be 21? I thought it.
So after 18, the American culture, you kick them out of the house, but the Vietnamese, you don't.
Don't leave the house.
Dạ, tôi nói chung và hỏi rằng còn con mà trên 18 tuổi thì sao? Đó là phong tục người Mỹ, 18 tuổi đã ra ngoài. Còn ở người Việt mình nó không chịu ra. Còn câu hỏi gì nữa hay không? Dạ.
I have two biological.
Không dịch ha, chúng ta thấy có một cái từ này biological, nếu mà họ hỏi câu này đó chúng ta nên trả lời là biological luôn, để họ hỏi cái câu là what kind of relationship, cái mối quan hệ của bạn với con bạn như thế nào, bởi vì trong cái đó có là adopted có nghĩa là con nuôi nè ha, step ha, children là con riêng ha, rồi con ruột là biological, cho nên nếu chúng ta trả lời luôn á mấy đứa con mình cái quan hệ như thế nào đó thì chúng ta nói biological đó, thì họ cần phải hỏi những cái câu gì, cho nên chúng ta để ý nếu mà cái câu nào họ hỏi một câu mà chúng ta trả lời được nhiều xong nguyên cái phần đó thì đơn giản cho mình họ cũng thích hơn. So I'm telling them if the officer asks one question, they can answer the whole thing. It's easier for them.
Right,
Better
yes,
phrase, that's why.
yes, much easier.
Yes. Chúng ta thấy cái từ biological cũng hơi khó nói, có nhiều cô chú anh chị cũng hơi khó nói. Có chị kia cách mà chị học á, là mỗi lần chị nói biological chị giơ tay lên. Chị đi đâu cũng biological, one lady.
Yeah, and that would be the same. The same children, if they're both legally your children, I mean, they could be adopted, but they're still your children legally.
Yeah. So if we say that, they won't ask the question what kind of relationship you have with these children.
Okay.
Because they have to specify.
They
Biological status.
need to say
Yeah.
biological.
Yes.
Okay. Biological.
Okay, I think that's good for this one. We're gonna take a quick break and go to English. Yeah, chúng ta cùng để làm tí xíu ha, và chúng ta sẽ học cái phần tiếng Anh. Good job, good job. Rồi, tới chúng ta sẽ học cái phần số 7 ha.
Ottoman Hall, right? It's the same thing.
Chúng ta có nước ha, nó sẽ ai cầm nước coi để tiếng
Saturday, Sunday, good time. No, it's okay. Bring it on. Can I say it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking her about, did you have a good weekend? Could you translate that for them?
Có một cái cuối tuần tốt lành không? Bạn có một cuối tuần tốt lành hay không?
Okay, you know Saturday. Weekend, Saturday, Sunday, those 2 days, those are your weekend days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekdays, work days for many people. But Saturday and Sunday, weekend.
Mình có rồi con, cảm ơn con. Cảm ơn.
Many people still have to work. So, did you have a good? Did you have a good day today? Was today a good day for you? You're speaking English very good. So. What did you do today? What did you do today? Work. Did you work today?
Hôm nay làm gì?
Nay con làm gì không?
Hôm qua có làm gì không?
Hôm nay
Ta làm gì
không?
gì đâu mà không nghĩ thôi.
Dạ dài không biết cái đừng nói.
Did you have fun today?
Mày có vui không? Cái gì vui không?
Nay chỉ có gì vui không kìa?
Hôm nay vẫn đi làm bình thường, không có gì hết.
Còn
I need a translator.
She translate. She translate.
She's translating. Yes.
Nay có gì vui không chị? Chị đi học là cái vui rồi đúng không?
Đi ra học.
She come here. She come here.
Okay, you came to class today. You came to our class today. Yes. You came too. Good job. Remember that next week. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Good.
Here we go with conversational English. Conversational English. Okay, here we go. Today's Monday.
Press twice, teacher Lou. Press twice forward, and press forward. Yeah. Yes.
All right, this is on your sheet right here.
Yeah.
Autumn breeze. Today we had an autumn breeze. It was very windy. We had a breeze blowing. Autumn breeze. The autumn breeze feels fresh. This morning, it felt very cool with the breeze. This afternoon, it was kind of hot with the breeze. Autumn breeze. Breeze with the autumn. Breeze. Okay, here we pumpkin carving. You know pumpkin, right? You have pumpkins in Vietnam, right?
Có bí ngô, chúng ta có bí rạ, bí ngô ở Việt Nam.
Việt Nam đâu có đâu thầy. Việt
Không
Nam
có
có
à?
bí đao.
Bí đào.
Bí đỏ đó. Hôm nay bị nóng quá.
He said we don't have that in Vietnam. She said, yeah, we do. We have pumpkin in Vietnam.
You've seen them, right?
Chúng ta có thấy qua chưa?
They have a little smile and
Khắc hình vẽ này.
pumpkin carving. It's a tradition, a fall tradition, a Thanksgiving, Halloween tradition.
Tới rồi đó. Thứ năm nè.
Fall colors. The leaves change colors, right? They should be, but in Oklahoma, they still aren't changing many of them. They're still green, but they will start changing colors, right? Changing into beautiful fall colors. Red,
Yes.
bright yellow,
Yellow, red.
or some of them are even orange. Acorn. It's a little nut. It's a kind of nut. The ground is covered with acorns. They fall off the trees. They're nuts that grow on trees and fall down on the ground. And you walk on them, they go crunch, crunch, and you can feel them under your feet. Acorns. Do you have acorns in Vietnam? No. Sweater weather. Now, I would say Vietnam people wear sweaters all the time in Oklahoma. Do you wear sweaters often, even in the summertime, when you're inside? In the air conditioning, yeah. But most people in Oklahoma don't put on their sweaters until fall, and it starts getting cooler. It's sweater. My favorite one. I got my favorite one to wear tonight. Sweater. Oh, yes, it's a sweater. It's sweater. It's autumn sweater weather. For fall weather.
Cái câu đó có nghĩa là cái mùa thu là cái mùa để mặc áo len ấm ấm á.
Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. You know, you drink it. Put the milk up. Put the chocolate in. Do you drink hot chocolate in Vietnam? No. You like chocolate?
Có ai thích nấu chocolate không?
You like it, okay. In America, we like to drink hot chocolate when it's cold outside. Hot chocolate is great for cool fall days. Spooky. Decorations. Spooky decorations. For Halloween. Scary. You know, scary. You know, spooky. Do you know that word? There. Have you seen skeletons? That's the Vietnamese word for skeletons.
Yeah.
Hanging on people's porches, or people wear scary masks.
Yes.
Sunset. The sun sets in the west.
So.
That way, right in here.
Yes, yes.
The west. The sun goes down, it sets. The sun sets
Before are very colorful.
Have you seen the sunsets outside when the sun goes down the sky? It's beautiful colors. Have you noticed?
Yes.
In Oklahoma,
Yes.
we have beautiful sunsets, especially in the fall. Do you have beautiful sunsets in Vietnam?
Câu hỏi ở Việt Nam chúng ta có hoàng hôn đẹp không? Tôi nói rằng ở Oklahoma này tới mùa thu á, hoàng hôn rất là đẹp, màu sắc rất là đẹp.
Việt Nam đẹp quá không thấy rồi.
This is I never seen Vietnam. Never see sunset in Vietnam.
Okay, walk in the park. Walk in the park. You like to go running in the park, walking in the park. Lots of trees often in a park and beautiful colors in the fall. And you go and walk and see all the fall colors. I
like to check
Okay, one more time.
I like to take a walk in the park
During autumn, same thing. Fall, autumn. Maple leaf. You have maple trees in Vietnam?
No.
No.
Canada.
Canada, they're famous for their maple leaf, their symbol for Canada. Big maples have, maple trees have big leaves and they're very beautiful in the fall. They're big, you could practically wave them if it's a big enough tree. Okay. Maple leaves. One more time. Maple
leaves turn red and orange in fall.
They're beautiful colors. Fall. Aroma. What's an aroma? Smell. It's another word for a smell, an aroma. Oh. You can smell fall in the air. Lots of times, if it's getting cold, people start a fire in their fireplace inside and outside. Oh, the aroma is so pleasing. Or barbecue. If you cook outside, cook meat outside. Oh, your neighbors all get hungry. The aroma smells like apples and spices. Lots of people buy candles light a candle and it's scented and it smells like apples and cinnamon and pumpkin and fall aromas or fall flavors. Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving dinner. Oh. What does an American eat for Thanksgiving?
Turkey.
What?
Turkey.
Turkey?
Yes.
Turkey? What else? Pumpkin things. Ham is traditional for Thanksgiving dinner. Turkey, ham, maybe brisket, beef, a big slab of beef that's been, well, prime rib. These are traditional for the United States. Do you have in Vietnam a special day where you eat a big feast like Thanksgiving? You may not call it Thanksgiving. You have that kind of holiday where everybody comes together and eats traditional food.
No, in Vietnam.
Chứ Việt Nam có ngày đặc biệt là như 2/9.
Nói tiếng Việt, nó không kịp có thể hiểu, nó chỉ kịp được nhiều.
Sao quá sao? Tết có ngồi lại ăn giống như cô đang hỏi là trong phong tục người Việt Nam mình có cái ngày nào? So Vietnamese New Year.
And that's when you eat a big meal and have fun with family and friends.
Yes.
That's what we do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We give thanks
Yeah.
for our freedom,
Freedom.
and our country, and all the good things God has provided. Okay, here we family. You plan a big New Year's dinner with family in Vietnam?
Yes.
Read this. We plan a big Thanksgiving dinner with family. And every family has different favorite things. But just like your family separate celebrations have different favorite things you eat. Picky, apple, picking off the trees. You have apple trees in Vietnam? Apple trees? In the United States, most apple trees are grown up further north. But people go out to apple orchards, and they do have some, and they pay the farmer, and they pick apples off the tree. They're fresh as can be. Pick them off the tree, then they pay for them by the pound, usually. And that's called apple picking.
China
Apple picking. Apple picking is a wonderful activity. It's something people go out and pick other fruits too, peach picking time and all sorts of stuff. Chris. It's when it's cool and invigorating. Crisp air in the morning, it's cold, it makes you want to just smell the aroma and do some exercise. crisp air. The air is crisp and fresh in the fall. It smells good. It makes you feel good. Or maybe it makes you feel cold. I don't know. Halloween costume. Halloween costume. Have you ever, any of you, ever dressed up in a Halloween costume?
No.
Because no Halloween in Vietnam.
Yes.
Halloween has become a big holiday. It's not a day off work, it's a party day. And people rent all sorts of costumes. I'm not a Halloween person. I still need to buy Halloween costume. You know what trick or treat is? Do you know that, trick or treat?
Rồi biết cái mấy em nhỏ đi xin kẹo.
Trick or treat, when the kids knock on your door and they're dressed up in a little costume and they go trick or treat, trick or treat. What do they want? What do they want you to put in the basket? Candy.
Muốn kẹo.
They're wanting candy. It's a tradition.
Cái phong tục đó ha, phong tục mấy em nhỏ đi xin kẹo đến gõ cửa nhà đó, trick or treat.
Okay. Fall foliage.
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 Foliage. Foliage.
All foliage. Foliage. That's the leaves in all their beautiful colors in the fall. The beautiful colors. The trees are covered with beautiful leaves. It hadn't happened here yet this year.
Yes.
But my son lives in Washington in the north. They're having beautiful fall foliage right now. Lots of trees there. The fall foliage attracts many visitors. Many people like to drive up north on the East Coast, on the West Coast, and the upper north. Oh, the leaves are so beautiful. The apples are so good and big and juicy, and the pears and all the fruits and vegetables of the harvest, pumpkins. Fall foliage attracts many visitors. Fire pit. Fire pit. Do you have fire pits in Vietnam? I bet you have bonfires. What do you call them there? Fire pit.
Chúng ta có bây giờ đốt lửa không? Đốt lửa mà nướng kẹo rồi này kia. Nướng kẹo dẻo.
Đốt đèn thu.
They just celebrated the lunar moon festival.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Làm ra thì đốt nhà chứ.
And do they use the fire shit?
No, they just like, you know.
Oh, the little things that go
Yeah.
up in the air.
Yeah.
You light a little fire and then they go up.
Em nghĩ đèn phóng lên.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mấy đèn đốt đèn đốt.
They do that in China too. They're beautiful. Like, are they called lanterns?
Yeah.
Lantern. Okay, fire pit.
Fire pit.
Some people have them in their backyard. they're a safe place. It's usually around, or it could be even a fireplace
Yeah.
out in the backyard where you can light a fire when it's cold outside and you want to sit outside and be warmed by the wood burning in the fire. And it smells so wonderful and it feels so good and cozy. And that's why you get a fire pit. And get marshmallows and roast the marshmallows over the fire.
Yeah.
Do you do that in Vietnam?
Cô nói rằng chúng ta ở Mỹ đó, nhiều khi có thỉnh thoảng có vài cái nhà đó, có ngoài phía sau đó, có cái chỗ mà chúng ta đốt lửa đó. Yeah.
Oh, picture.
Chúng ta thấy
Yes, fire pit.
ngoài sau vườn đó, có là nướng marshmallow là cái kẹo dẻo đó.
Marshmallows, hot dogs, s'mores. Oh, you have to know, you know what a s'more is?
Yes, yes.
Yes, s'mores. How many know what a s'more is? Anybody?
Thì ở ngoài nhiều thứ sáu uống bia là hả, nhâm nhi.
Do not do that on a windy day like today. You will set the whole block.
Yeah. Đó, chúng ta thấy là cái hình cô nói. Okay, so that is okay. Let me go back.
That was fun. I like to see it.
Yeah.
Chúng ta trở lại ha. Không bữa đó bữa. Yeah.
Okay. We enjoy marshmallows. Fire pit. We usually pronounce it in Oklahoma anyway, marshmallows, even though there's that A there, we say marshmallows. Roasted over the fire until they get black and very creamy on the inside, and you eat them. Have you eaten marshmallows? Roasted marshmallows? Okay. Warm scarf. Scarf. You tie it around your neck, right? Keeps your neck warm. Tuck it down in your coat. It keeps you cozy and warm in winter. I wear we haven't needed any of these things yet, but soon we will. Soon fall will come and it'll be cold or cooler. Chilly. Little cool. Kind of cold for Vietnamese. Chilly. Chilly mornings. Mornings are chilly, but in fall. Yeah, they're nice. People are excited after a hot summer. And then the cool, you get the sweater on, you get the scarf on, and you smell the fresh aroma of fall. Mornings are chilly, but nights in fall. Nice. Do you like how it feels right now?
Yes.
When you go out in the morning
Yes.
and it feels cool and nice? Baking pies. Baking pies. I love pie. Do you like pie? You know what pie is? You have pie in Vietnam?
No.
Bánh nướng.
Tráng nước.
Banana pie? Banana cream pie?
Yes.
Bên tráng.
Pies. Yes. Việt Nam mình có chút vậy.
Baking pies.
Baking pies.
My
family loves baking pies.
It like bake them in the fall because the oven warms up the house and makes it feel good. Baking pies. Oh, we have some quotations, some wise words that somebody has said, wise words. Albert Camus said this. He's famous. He's a famous person. Autumn is
a second spring when every is
That's what Albert Camus had to say about autumn. In spring, there are flowers that bloom on the trees, but in fall, it's the leaves that turn beautiful colors. Okay. And fall and was summer collapse fell into fall. I love that. Oscar Wilde wrote plays, and he's an author and very creative writer. All at once, summer collapsed into fall. The leaves collapsed off the trees and fell in beautiful colors all over the ground. That's a beautiful quotation. We don't know. Unknown. We don't know who said this. We'll see what they said. Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go, to let things just fall around you. That's an interesting thing to say about fall or autumn. The tree, the leaves fall on the ground. One more. Albert Schweitzer. You'd recognize that name, Albert Schweitzer? Very brilliant man. Success is not the key to happiness. No, it's not. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Does that make sense? To be successful, you need to love what you're doing. And that helps you to be creative and to enjoy life and to enjoy your life successfully. It's not about money. It's not about things so much as it's about a good attitude and loving what you're doing. Success. Many people think success is just having lots of money. That's not success, right? I don't have very much money, but I enjoy my life and I have a good attitude And I don't need lots of money to be happy or successful. Teddy Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, one of our presidents, said this: believe and you're halfway there. Believe there. Stay positive. That's what it says. Stay positive and try. That's the way, that's another way to success. Stay positive and it gets you going. Oh, and here's my favorite part, the Bible verse. This is from the Bible, the Old Testament, the book of Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
In the Old Testament, chapter 8, verse 18. Deuteronomy 8:18. You can find this in any Bible. Remember the Lord your God. He, the Lord, is the one who gives you power to be successful in order to fulfill the promise. Covenant is a promise. The promise he confirmed to your Covenant is a promise. God made promises to people in the Bible, and to all of us are included in those promises. And he gives power to be successful doing the things he would want you to do.
Yeah, very good. Thì chúng ta cùng nhau đứng lên và chúng ta đọc câu này trong tiếng Việt ha. Tiếng Việt có những câu mà cô giáo mới đọc thì chúng ta nghe. Chúng ta sẽ cùng đọc chung với nhau để chúng ta thấy câu này rất là hay. Chúng ta cùng bắt đầu đọc chung với nhau. Hãy nhớ đến Chúa là Đức Chúa Trời của anh chị em. Ngài là đấng ban cho anh chị em sức mạnh để thành công, để thực hiện giao ước mà Ngài đã thề với tổ tiên anh chị em. Chúng ta nếu mà chúng ta tin có một ông trời, một thượng đế là Thiên Chúa tạo ra con người chúng ta và tạo ra tất cả vạn vật trong vũ trụ này cũng như vũ trụ này, thì Ngài là đấng có quyền hơn hết, là đấng toàn năng. Thì chính Ngài là đấng ban cho chúng ta sức mạnh, ban cho chúng ta sự khôn ngoan thông sáng để chúng ta có cái khả năng chúng ta tạo ra những của cải, chúng ta thành công. Cho nên là tất cả những cái mà nguyên tắc thành công, những người này người kia, những người giàu có, những người thành công ở trong đời này họ khám phá đó, họ đều học kỹ lại thì họ thấy rằng trong Kinh Thánh của Chúa có những cái quyết này đó. Cái người mà giàu nhất ở thế giới này có ông tên là vua Salomon. Ông đó được Chúa cho ông sự khôn ngoan, và có sự khôn ngoan ông trở thành người giàu nhất và cũng người khôn ngoan nhất ngoài Chúa Giêsu mà thôi. Ông là người khôn ngoan nhất và giàu nhất, giàu đến nỗi ông có 1000 bà vợ luôn. Chúng ta thấy một bà vợ là cũng bà tên, và ông này có 1000 bà vợ mà nuôi được đó. Thế là thấy không? Nhưng mà chúng ta thấy là cái đó ông rất là thành công, rất là khôn ngoan. Cho nên tất cả những sự khôn ngoan, cái điều khôn ngoan đó không phải là Chúa muốn ông có 1000 bà vợ tại vì ông ham sắc thôi, chứ không phải nhưng mà Chúa không muốn như vậy nha. Nhưng mà nói ở đây có nghĩa là Chúa là đấng ban cho sự khôn ngoan, ban cho chúng ta con người có khả năng thành công. Thank you, teacher Lou, for a wonderful lesson tonight. Chúng con tặng Chúa một lần nữa cho tất cả quý vị chú chị em chúng con cùng đến đây để học. Xin Chúa giờ này cho chúng con ra về trong sự bình an. Chúa bảo vệ giữ tất cả chúng con. cũng như người thân trong chúng con, và ban cho chúng con sự khôn ngoan thông sáng, ban cho chúng con sức mạnh quyền năng để chúng con trở thành những người thành công thịnh vượng, để ban phước, để Chúa dùng chúng con để làm nguồn phước cho tất cả những người xung quanh chúng con. Chúng con biết ơn Chúa và thành tâm cầu nguyện trong danh của Chúa Giêsu Christ. Amen. Chúng ta trên YouTube luôn nha. Chúng ta sẽ gặp lại chúng ta nhớ chúng ta 6 giờ đọc là chỉ quân đánh khi chúng ta
mới cấp cứu qua quy dụ cái họ bao một tử giải tụ taxi. Thank you teacher.
Oh, I'm so glad you came. See me goodbye.
Oh, what happened? Tại sao vậy?
Em mới cấp cứu về hôm qua.
Ồ vậy đó hả?
Em đeo qua cái bị tụt canxi ở đâu không tử ruột thừa vô đó nằm một đêm mà